Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's session of Ask Zak. And today we are very practical, and we're going to look at how to inject your animals. And when we talk about the animals, the type of animals, we're looking at your ruminants, your cattle, sheep and goats. So first and foremost, a few things that you need to have in place before you even inject your animal is, of course, your weight of your animal. It is incredibly important. All medications that you inject into your animal works according to body mass. And if you give too little or too much, you are going to have negative effects. Either the medicine not working or negative effects on the animal's body if you inject too much. So you can use something like a weight band. That is, of course, a very handy tool to estimate what the animals weigh. Secondly, you need to look at the basic medicine that you're going to inject the animal with. If you shake the bottle around and look inside, you will see they are not always the same thickness. Something like an antibiotic, terramycin or Ultratec, you'll see it's a more oil base, so it's a thicker liquid that you've got there, where with your vaccination it's a very watery, flows very easily. So that's a very big difference between some of the medications. It's important to take notice because that's going to affect the type of needle that you're going to choose. So of course, for your thicker liquids like your what we call our antibiotics, we use a thicker type of needle, 16 or 17 gauge. Also, when it comes down to your vaccination, you can use something very nice and thin like a 21 or 22 gauge needle. Now, it's very important to know the sizes. And of course, the next step is, of course, the length of your needle. When you apply intramuscular inside the muscle of the animal, you're going to, of course, need a longer type needle to give the medication in the correct location. So when it comes down to your, let's say, your vaccination or anything that you do subcutaneously, you can look at a shorter needle because you don't need the length to apply it to your animal. Of course, a very important thing is when you get to inject your animal, you need to inject them in the correct place. Now, most of us are used to injecting them into the muscle, into the butt. That's a nice big muscle that we'd like to inject to, but that's not the correct place to do it. The correct place is in the neck triangle. Now, the main thinking behind it is in the butt is most of your valuable meat that you get rand and cents for if you sell the animal. So if you damage that meat by injecting incorrectly or maybe injecting too much, then you're going to get a lower price where your meat in the neck is not as valuable. So it's very important that you identify that neck triangle, that as you can see in the images that I'm sharing on the screen now, and make sure you inject into those areas because that's the best place to do it. If you are unsure, of course, Google is a very nice friend. Go and look up injection sites for animals. It explains very nicely where to inject. Just make sure you do it in the neck triangle. For more information, of course, contact your nearest Alzu one-stop shop or your nearest technical advisor for assistance and, of course, more information. So till next week, same time, same place. Have a good evening. Goodbye.